Hey everybody, welcome to week number 5 of the Schwartz Home Hardware Division in the 5PL. We have a pretty good match layout here for you today. So on the, a little touchy here. The Schwartz Home Hardware Division, we have the Rock and Rollers versus the Minto Maniacs in match number 1. The Toppler Roses versus the Rock and Rollers, and the Minto Maniacs versus Toppler Roses in match number 3. Our commentators today are myself, Kerry Kreitz, Tyler Ticat, and Sheldon, I can't pronounce your last name. Let us have it.
Wise Gerber.
Wise Gerber. Perfect.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish it was Wise Men, but we'll go with Gerber.
No, don't ever say that. Thank you guys for joining us and help commentating this week's for the Home Hardware Division.
My pleasure. Nice.
We have a couple new teams that haven't played in the league yet. We have the Minto Maniacs making their debut, and is it the Rock and Rollers debut as well?
It is 2 fresh showings today.
Look at this. And then Toppler Roses from last season, top of their division last year. So we're going to have some good matches here. There's some legends on some teams here. I call them legends, but they've been part of the game for a long time and at the top of their game for a long time. So it'll be neat to see them playing. And then we have some fresh faces that a lot of people won't know. So that's exciting too.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear from them.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's bring in the coaches managers. So it looks like we're going to have from the Minto Maniacs, we're going to have Zach Nilsson. Hey, Zach.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good. And then from the Rock and Rollers, the man himself, the guy that never comes on the podcast, Mr. Shane Chafe.
Hey, guys.
Hey, how's it going, Shane? So as the visitors, the Rock and Rollers, this is the league debut for you guys. Obviously, I know you guys have lots of great shooters out there and all that good stuff, but can you give us our team lineup for the first match?
Yeah, sure. So team will be Brandon Tibbs, lead will be second, Courtney Lucas, Brandon Smith, fourth, and Mitch Williams, and Katie Wells is off today, so we're going with 6.
Okay, perfect. And Zach, what's PA's the Minto Maniacs lineup looking like?
Leading us off is going to be Krista Mulhall. And the 2 spot is Lonnie Akers. Bowling third is Don Mardell. Fourth is Jack Mookley. And our anchor is Michael Wist.
Perfect. That's a great lineup, guys. So without further ado, we'll get you throwing your first balls. Just remember, it's frame for frame. And then after the 5th frame, we have a little commercial break for all our sponsors. And yeah, we're looking forward to see who's going to win this match. So best of luck to you guys.
Good luck, guys.
I would have had this all prepped, but I did not. Match number 1. Here we go. All right, here we go. First match for both these teams. I wonder if there's a little excitement going on their benches.
Absolutely. I think we'll probably, if I have to take a stab at it, see a slow start as they get used to that competitive bowling with no one else around, really. Or
Right.
not, as Krista starts off huge with a strike.
Yeah.
Make me a liar.
And
That's
then
strikes on
Brandon
both
too?
sides.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, maybe they'll both get off to hot starts, or
Yeah, these guys are just pros at it, really.
they've been preparing for this for a whole year. Let's not kid ourselves.
True, absolutely. It's a lot
Oh,
different
yeah.
than the Dream Crushers and Next Gen.
Signature shot by Lonnie.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was a beast out at TPC on his qualifying shift. He's obviously no
Insane.
stranger to lanes.
No,
The
Sheldon,
amount of
do you know?
rotation that guy generates is unbelievable. Sorry,
Sheldon,
Tyler.
do you know this Dawn? She's not a bowler that I've encountered in anything. Do you know Dawn?
Yeah, definitely. I bowled with Dawn a lot. Dawn's kind of like myself. She kind of picks and chooses the tournament she's gonna play. She's a good player though. She's got kind of like that natural style. Really emotional player, which can work for and against her at times. But no, she's a great lady, and she's someone you want on your side for sure.
Nice. So
Yeah, I think
ball for ball
Dawn-
here right now.
Yeah, I think Dawn's played the Regina Classic and stuff like that, Ty.
Okay.
And I do believe she came out to Red Deer a couple times as well. So she has been
nice.
playing, but yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
without being in that circle, it's hard to meet everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
I
pretty
know
much
Dawn
ball for ball.
has a couple kids too, so I know she's
Yeah.
quite busy. So I think she picks and chooses the tournament she can play.
Super fair.
So the Minto Maniacs have a little bit of an edge, a 3-pin edge right now.
Huge lead.
Yeah. Oh, that spare is huge.
Yeah, that Brandon was very, very strong at Open Nationals. We played them last year. He actually had the high game of Open Nationals. I think it was a 418. I could be wrong.
A tough frame for Jack there, but I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's abnormal to try to settle in right off the start. I'm sure he's going to get going soon here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go 5 miss, definitely do it in frame 1 instead of frame 9. 440. Okay, that's what it was. Thank you. A little bit of an interesting lineup from the Minto Maniacs. I necessarily wouldn't have put Lonnie second. Do you guys have any thoughts on why they would have done that?
I was a little surprised too. Not saying that Lonnie can't play anywhere, but to me, he's probably the one with the most experience on that team. So I would have thought more of a leadoff or an anchor role, but
Yeah, they definitely have a strategy behind it for sure. You'd assume. I don't know if they figure in second place there's maybe a high percentage Lonnie gets his points or his point and then get the rest to cover type thing. I don't know.
it may be a comfortability for him as well.
Exactly.
Could be.
Yeah.
I've never really talked to Lonnie about what his like team mentality is. We really only see him at the cash events. So maybe he has a very different team mentality when it comes to the game. Ooh. Looks like he was maybe a little thin.
Yeah. Sherwood Bowl, that goes for sure. No, Minto's a pretty good house too. It's a very fair house. It's fun to play there, and the owners, like ever since I was a kid, have always kept the alley in pristine condition, and it's always a treat to play at Minto.
That's good.
It looks like Newfoundland just had a little bit of a switching lanes issue there, so they're gonna make a score correction on the lead bowler for frame 2.
There should be a chop spare there, I think.
Yeah, chop spare.
Could they have matched him against Shane? I believe Minto's on the right-hand side, so they would have set first. So if anything, Shane would have been matched up to Lonnie.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he went 5-5-5.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was a great shot.
It's a good shot. I think that's a really smart decision by Newfoundland. Assuming that they did put Lonnie in 2 to, guarantee a point, so to say. Putting Shane up there, it's going to be a really good match. It's a great classic shot from Courtney, right up the middle.
Yeah.
Now, this is what, Carrie, we were kind of talking before the show started. I think Newfoundland is doing their women's qualifying for the Open. From what I heard, they're switching to a model where they do just like an open qualifying for the province, kind of like Masters, instead of by zones. And Courtney's actually not on that list. So it looks like maybe she's not playing the Open this year, but she is in her first year of medical school. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would have made a pretty good conflict for her if she was trying to qualify for open, and then all of a sudden they have a 5PL match on that day.
Yep. Which I believe is probably why Katie Wells is not available.
Right. Yeah, definitely makes some sense. That's the tough part about this whole 5PL league, right? Everybody's bowling schedules are slammed, and then you got to fit 8 to 9 weeks of your 5PL team in there somehow.
Yeah, a huge shout out to Tim for tackling most of that.
Yeah.
All right, so 4 marks from Minto, 4 marks from Newfoundland. Neck and neck, really not much happening here. We got a 2-point difference in favor of Newfoundland.
Yeah, we have a double on each side, a second strike on each side, 2 spares. So yeah, 2 pin difference the whole way. Look at that. If it stays that way the whole way.
Oh God. Yeah. Do we know our scores counting in? So it looks like Minto's using Brunswick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're counted all in.
Okay.
On both sides. So that'll make our job a little bit easier.
Maybe for you, someone who grew up on Cubica, I end up adding in, and then I end up with double points, and then I tell my brother we've lost Pro League, and it turns out we're actually in the finals.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tough second shot by Krista there. It's always unfortunate to get that on a double count.
Yeah.
Might have been a little fast. A little too fired up.
Yeah, wanting that strike just a little extra, right?
Yeah, Shane's putting the pressure on early here on Lonnie. We'll see if he can cover it. Ooh.
In my opinion, Minto's always been a team that has thrived off chemistry. Like when they get rolling, like they just start gelling. And, it's not to say that, most or all teams don't have that ability or they don't do that. But I've just noticed with Minto especially, it's almost, maybe it's the small town thing, but it has a family feel. And, watch out when they get going. Because, they can either get so high or so low, and it's kind of about finding that perfect medium to play well consistently.
Right. I think Carrie can attest to it too. Like at this level, everyone is so good that necessarily like who's bowling in what position isn't that this is your strongest person here and this is your strongest person here, but it's really the lineup that makes sense with energies and demeanors.
Yeah, tempos even are a big thing, right?
Yeah.
You get a Tim Wiseman in front of I don't know, anybody that's quick. Dexter, maybe it's just such a tempo switch that usually you separate those two to try and create a better flow. But
yeah. All right, Newfoundland trying to light up that top part of their lineup there. Yeah. Oh, corner miss. It's gonna be big. Yeah.
It was nice to see Don get that strike. Still came pretty early, get that confidence kind of going.
Yeah,
absolutely. Who is on the bench for PA again there?
You would have Dallas Vandale, Zach Nielsen, and Sean Dino.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Zach and Sean are both on bench.
Okay, and then Dallas is not playing today or in this match.
In this match, yeah.
Oh,
that was a roast. That was a nice shot by Wisty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wist has that heavy roll. If he's hitting high, he'll hang that corner fairly often, but he gets those sliders a lot. So
definitely.
So, I've seen that shot a few times from Mike.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a check frame from Rock and Rollers on the left side here. What do you think about that little bit of a break they have to take there? It's not very long, but it might be just enough.
Yeah, I think it just gives your team a little bit extra time to gel, right? Because everybody's happy they got that mark, and they're probably turning to see when their turn's coming back up. So they probably just chit-chatting a little bit. I think it actually helps the team more than it hurts it.
I think so too. In this scenario, I think it helps because you can kind of like take a breather. Whereas at the open, if your team runs strike and that other team goes punch to start, now you're sitting there and you're almost a little anxious because you're watching them. You're forced to watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just taking a look at the comments here, we've got the 260 bowlers, which I'm 98% sure is JB.
Yeah, that's
Very,
JB.
very excited for his team, cheering them on. Got a couple of Saskatchewan fans as well, cheering on for Krista and Tracy Anseth. Thanks for watching.
It was nice to see JB make it out to the TPC. I always see him commenting on the stuff, just to, put a face with the name in the comments was, and, you just see the guy coming out from Ontario. It's great to see that support and finally see him.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, Lonnie off the middle there. That's uncharacteristic.
You don't see him miss too often.
No. Shane, all right. So there's a little bit of an opening. This is a big spare. Maybe that's the veteran move. Miss the middle.
Avoid that gash.
Yeah. Knowing that your opponent's gonna punch.
The time delay. He just knew.
Yeah. Looks like we have a tangle.
This is so neat to me, even though we've been running this for a full season and 5 weeks already. But to have Newfoundland playing Minto right now across the country, right? Time zones difference, all this comes into play, and now they're literally playing 9 o'clock in the morning Alberta time for all of Canada to watch if they want to tune in.
Right. It is quite fascinating, and it shows. When we think of professional sports, you think of your major cities, Edmonton, Toronto, and then into the States, LA, New York, Boston.
Yeah.
But here in Canada with our sport, we have such a large depth of talent that a small town like Prince Albert or St. John's, Newfoundland can put out highly, highly competitive teams and not really have to look that far for help. I mean, Mike Wist is from Saskatoon, but other than that, I think everyone is from that PA area.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. It goes to show like the love that Wisty has for the game too. He doesn't mind driving an hour and a half to come and play what he loves or do what he loves.
Yeah, it's kind of neat seeing that in the teams too, because you even have the Heartland Kingpins, which are playing on the other stream right now in the Cargill division. They have players that are 2 hours away, right? Like, it's amazing to me that teams can build, even though maybe, like you're saying, Ty, they don't have enough of the elite talent in their area. They can still pull players from other areas that are willing to make that drive to compete in something like this.
Absolutely. The level of dedication is just insane in our sport. Bill saying he's giving up NFL pregame for this, as you should, Bill. This is a much more exciting sport.
Thought Jack was going to turn that corner. Pretty good ball.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start up top again for PA or for Minto, but Rock and Roller's coming back strong with 4 marks of frame. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm playing on a team, that's really what we look for, is that 4 marks of frame, or at least a double sitting somewhere to make sure that you keep building and getting a little bit more edge.
Yeah, you don't lose too much ground, especially if you have, like you said, that double rolling or those 4 marks. Even though, let's say the other team double marks frames in a row, you don't lose that much ground that fast. So you got to avoid the big opens, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it looks like we got a change here. We got Dallas coming in for Jack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did.
A little bit of a switch up.
9 hits out of 10. Yeah, so
that's something you got to make that call, I think, a little bit earlier in these matches, because you have the double pull system this season. So making the early pull is probably a great play here.
Yeah.
So right now we got 458, the end of 4 for Newfoundland, and Minto will be right around that 400 mark as well. So they've fallen a little bit behind over the 4 frames, but nothing that can't be made up with 6 frames to go.
No, 60 pins between 5 bowlers is hardly anything.
Yeah. Good spare for Mike.
It's good to see him playing so well. You know, we've missed him out on the cash tour so far this year, so glad that he's still able to play strong. Lots of marks going there.
He's let us know that he's missing it a bit, but life choices got to come into play, right? Everybody misses a season or two with life going on, and hopefully we get to see him out on the tour here soon again.
For sure. Krista back in strong with another strike there, and Brandon right back at it. That's exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Absolute bomb.
No way he's missing twice in a row.
Shane answers back.
They're all knowing this commercial break is coming up. build what you can, because you don't know what you're coming in frame 6 with.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, huge shot. She went left pocket that time.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Don stay aggressive with this shot.
Looks good.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, timing was way better on that one.
Yeah.
Holy man, strikes all around.
This game's easy.
That's what
it always feels easy until the ball gets into your own hand.
Lots of lift on that.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Can we be perfect? There we go.
Both teams rolling.
Up to you, Wisty.
No pressure.
Going into the commercial break, a perfect
This has got to be a 5PL first, eh?
Oh, for sure it is.
Yeah. I know next gen we never get all strikes.
No.
Nicely done, everybody. Nicely
a perfect
done.
fifth frame. Look at that.
Italian stallion.
Now you can all sit and think about it.
593 for the Newfoundland Rock and Rollers, the 498 for the Minto Maniacs. We'll pop our commercial break in here, and we'll see you all for the last half of this game.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
When you come to the Canadian Brewhouse, you'll feel right at home. We work hard to make our house your house. With an affordable menu of appetizers, entrees, desserts, beverages, and killer deals on daily specials. At our house, you never miss a play. As sports lovers, we've ensured each location includes over 50 TVs and our signature Jumbotron. The Canadian Brewhouse is the place people want to be.
We just want to thank our sponsors. We got lots of commercial packages. We know some of our sponsors weren't in that one. They'll be in the next one, hopefully. We got 4 different variations of our commercial breaks now, so hopefully you get all our sponsors in there for you.
Krista is up and ready to go.
She was feeling it.
Yeah. I just got a comment here. Looks like the Minto Maniacs are selling a set of, I'm assuming, bowling balls. That's pretty cool.
Whose bowling balls are they selling?
Well, I'm assuming, based on the context, I'm guessing they had maybe like a novelty set made. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Really?
The comment says, "Good luck, Maniacs. They're selling tickets for a set of cool Minto Maniac balls."
Well,
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, some pretty creative merchandise promotion strategies these teams have.
Yeah.
big shot.
Oh, big
by
shot,
Ronnie.
yeah. Fun fact, Krista has a peanut M&M addiction. Shane, ooh.
Mm.
That's a big
commercial
opening.
break.
That
There you go.
Yeah.
That's going to bring Lonnie right back into that match. Dawn, that looked really good.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a big one.
She loved it all the way down.
you could tell. Maybe that pull is exactly what Minto needed, hey?
Yeah.
Just that little change, right? Doesn't matter that the player is hitting, and if you're not making those spares for your team to keep that tempo, that rhythm going, it's not that you're playing bad. It's just you need something for the team, right?
Yeah, Courtney got roasted there. Ball side
Big
corner
time.
again. A big spare from Dallas.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of work to do, catch up to Brandon there.
Brandon's kind of had an interesting game. He's performing well, but I've noticed like he's been a little quick. He's been off balance at the line, but so far he's been able to kind of contain it, and it's been working for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, having watched Brandon play at Open, that's kind of just the way he goes at the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is Brandon's
Yeah.
game. He's I would say he's a complete field bowler, right? He goes when he's ready. He can be off balance at the line. He can be all over the place, but he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Must be nice.
Yeah, no doubt. Eh? If I was slipping out at the foul line all the time, my hips would be gone.
Big 5 marks again for Minto.
Yeah.
Got 2 doubles running for them.
Yeah.
Just a big shot from Brad to keep them in there.
Brad's game. So that's one player. He came out here for 1 year, played in Central. I was lucky enough to play on an open team with him. His game is so fluid and so straight. Like, so Ty, you're obviously one of the ones that everybody says if they could model their game after somebody, it would be yours, because yours is very straight up, straight down, very straightforward. Brad's is the same way. He doesn't have a lot of moving parts and throws the ball so well. Yeah.
Krista, again, off the middle there. I think she's just a little fast up in the top spot there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Pulling everything a little left, right? That's usually a sign of speed.
Yeah.
It's a big shot for Lonnie here in 7.
That is a huge shot, yeah. I mean, those 5 spares are going to help her. She's going to creep back into this match with Brandon.
Yeah.
Beware the
she's
5
literally
spare.
a mark out now, so.
Yeah. Huge shot. Yeah. And Lonnie knew exactly what he needed to do there.
Yeah.
Shane just right back at it.
This is turning into a really close game.
It's really not fair. Shane throws like those giant hay bales all the time. Like,
they have hay bales out in Newfoundland?
Oh, his bowling balls are hay bales. They're so big.
Does he throw 5-inch?
Yeah. We were playing Masters Nationals in BC, and he had the first set of 5-inch 312 soft drills I ever seen that were yellow and black. He hit the pin so hard that, like, on the beak, and everything just cracked.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah.
This is not fair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
punch on the second ball.
yeah. Dreaded.
Oh,
Big
Great
shot
shot.
by Brandon. I feel the Rock and Rollers are a little more aggressive right now than Minto, and I think that's kind of just what's showing here in the scores.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Rock and Rollers taking their time, just a little bit more trusting that shot, whereas Minto just seems like they want it so bad they're getting ahead of themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Almost placing it a bit, that first shot, and then getting that spare because it's almost like a needed shot.
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
there you go. Dallas gets that one.
Yeah.
So three marks for Rock and Rollers, no doubles, and you have a double up for Minto right now, and possibly 4 marks. So it's not like they're losing ground; they're staying right with them.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to catch that edge somewhere, and Lonnie's got a little bit of that edge with that double working. So
Yeah. If Don was able to throw one more in there, that would have been huge. That would have been the turning point for sure.
yeah. Ooh,
But I
Misty
mean,
with that
looking at it
corner
now, kids getting eaten alive out there in the corners.
Yeah.
But I mean, now here's where Wisty spares this. We've got marks on the top and bottom for Minto, but not over there for Rock and Rollers going into 8, 9, 10. One
I
extra
feel like
mark
the game-
plus a double.
Yeah. The game that Wisty's throwing, like just a consistent, sparing, keeping himself in it, like that, to me, that just sums up Wisty. We all know he has the ability to string a lot together, but I feel like it's his battle in the trenches that has kept him relevant over like the last few years. He's always in it because he never goes away.
Absolutely. Just by the look that we got from Krista there, I think we're going to have a change. Yep. I don't know if you guys saw that, but she came off the lane and pointed, "Get on there."
Yeah.
Okay.
Get me out of
Not
here.
pleased. Yeah, not pleased with missing the middle 3 times in a row.
Hey, that's Sean in.
Shane, huge double.
Big shot.
Sean was too into watching the match. He wasn't over practicing, getting ready for that pull.
It's a big help. Like, we didn't really take advantage of it last year, but trying it out this year, like it helps just to stay fresh. Oh, big shot. Big shot from Courtney. All right, Lonnie.
Yeah, that unfortunately that opening up top, this makes Lonnie's shot even that much more, right? You got Newfoundland building doubles.
And there's another one.
Yeah.
Dangerous waters for Minto to be getting into here.
There you go, Lonnie.
Big shot.
All right. The rest of the team needs to go now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing how Lonnie's been able to keep the same style over the years. Like, he's not old, but he's not young either. But that style has kept the same over the years.
Yeah. Me and Lonnie cry about our hips every time we go to a tournament. So
Great shot. That's what she needed.
Yeah.
It's good recovery. Obviously frustrating after.
Yeah. That's the scary part about missing the middle, right? It's that dreaded punch on the second ball or that 8 count tap or like
5-8.
Yeah.
Makes my blood boil.
Yeah. That's why
Especially when you hit it
I hate
inside.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The miss is just so aggravating.
Yeah. Absolutely. The way this is cooking up right now, it seems like it's going to be one of those matches where it's just who had less head pins. Because there hasn't been, most 5s have been spared, but everyone's just all over the middle.
Yeah.
Kind of what you expect out of the 5PL, right? These are
yeah.
all really good bowlers. They're not going to miss a whole bunch. Your issues are going to come with head pins or unsparables or just missing those single pin spares. That really costs the team too.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 1,000 flat for Rock and Rollers here, with 3 doubles, a strike, and a spare. And Minto is going to be about 930 with a double and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it looks like Lonnie's Forbeg is really keeping the Maniacs afloat right now. You know, there's still lots of game, but that's you can tell it's crucial.
Yeah. Oh, still a little fast up there from Sean.
Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
Great shot.
That's a lot of roll on that shot, hey? You can just see it come out of his
Oh.
hand.
For sure.
Yeah, lots of lift.
Yeah. Very common from Newfoundland to have no shortage of lift out there.
Another one.
Holy crap.
They're just free rolling now, rock and rollers.
You know, look at Brad being up there too, just so supportive right there for his team.
Yeah, that's the huge thing about Brad, right? He's a huge team player. That's all he wants. As much as he likes his individual success, it's all about the team.
Yeah.
Boom.
You know, he was a male master single along with Courtney at Masters Nationals last year, and he was so incredibly supportive of her coming down into those last few matches. You know, unfortunately, his tournament was looking like it was coming to an end, and Courtney was right there, and he was just behind her every shot.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. Lonnie keeping it alive. Dawn, yeah, a little tight. You see she pulled out of that shot just a second too soon. Holy crap, Newfoundland.
Yeah, they really turned it on here at the end.
They said, hey, first match, we're coming in with a bang. Everyone be afraid.
Yeah. So now we're going to be looking at the match isn't out of hand by any means with a full frame to play yet, but Minto's got to start looking at stealing some points here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because Lonnie and Shane's match is obviously right there. Either way, it could go either way. Krista's is looking a little far now.
A little far, yeah. Dawn's, she's not on the right side of it, but if 10 goes her way, she could steal it back.
Yeah.
And then Mike and Brad are going to be neck and neck going into 10.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Huge shot from that. I think Lonnie has, if I'm doing math correctly, he'll have a 30-point advantage over Shane going into 10.
Yep. Yeah, that looks right.
JB is out for blood here in the comments. Finish them.
Now, if you guys are the coach on Minto, are you guys changing the lineup after a game like this?
Yeah, I personally would be, just looking at who's playing so well right now. I would be moving somebody for sure.
Now, does Minto sit the next game, or they play right away?
They get a game break here, so.
Yeah, what I would probably do is I'd actually have them play along with the next game in a new lineup and see how that goes.
That's a good idea.
Whew. Sneaks that corner or that chop down. All right, Big Ten. We'll see. So just to keep us in touch for total, we have $11.95 with 3 turkeys, a double and a strike for Newfoundland, and $10.54 for Minto with a 5-bagger, a strike, and a spare. Holy man.
Yeah.
I don't know, not much to say there other than that's how you play the game.
Yep.
Yeah. No kidding.
You can't do much about the other team if they're just all they're doing is throwing strikes, right? You can't make up ground on perfection. Then that's the issue, right?
No, very hard to.
Hey, so Newfoundland has locked up that first point.
Yep.
You guys, when you're in team format like this, and you say you guys were bowling actually side by side, and you knew you had the game won, is it rude or ignorant to kind of keep cheering and kind of keep blowing the roof off the place if you have the game won?
No.
I don't think, not in a team environment. There's an element of like you want to support your teammates, right? You guys are all fired up together. If it's a singles format, I think that changes.
Yeah, I agree. If the match is locked up as a singles, what's the point of continuously cheering when there's nothing else to succeed, right?
Yeah.
In a team format, yeah, it may be locked up, but your teammates were cheering for you probably earlier when you locked up the match or whatever. So you want to continuously cheer for them. And I hope everybody sees that, right? It's about the team. It's not about the point, or right.
So that's a great start from Lonnie for his pro league career, 337.
Yeah, 1-1.
That gives 1 point to Minto. That'll be a big point come the end of the season because you know this Minto team's going to win some matches for sure.
Yeah, exactly. These points won early in the season, they matter big when it comes down to the end. So even though they may have lost the team points, it's stealing some of those single points back now.
Yeah, and Courtney is not going to let her singles match run away from her here. Oh, she pushes that corner down. Oh. See just a little bit more, a little bit more follow through from Dawn with those last two shots. That head pin, she pulled out of it just a second too soon. And the only reason I can critique her on that is because I do the exact same thing.
Yeah. All right, Courtney, 3-2-6.
Yeah, 3-2-6 or 3-2-8.
3-2-8.
I think. We'll have a little 3-pin to finish.
Yeah.
Brandon. 2-2-8.
Wow.
So another one for Rock and Rollers. 14-14 with two players to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, pushed all the way through. Oh,
wow. What's our 5PL record score?
I think it's 1541, and I think it's a BPG record.
I think so too. That sounds right.
Yeah.
It's in danger here.
It is.
Yeah. Well, it's safe now. Not a bad start for the Rock and Rollers.
No. But also not an unexpected start.
No. Great finish for Dallas. There you go.
Yeah. 248. Way to save that game.
Yeah. Ooh. A
Ooh.
little quick, Brad.
Yeah, you could tell that one was just off the line.
Yeah. So Mike obviously
Dallas
has
is a guy too. Dallas, he's come a long way in probably the last 5-10 years. He used to be probably a 220, 230 average bowler, and I don't know if he just practiced every day or what, but he's really turned himself into a relevant player.
Oh, Mikey.
Absolutely.
There you go.
He's gonna steal that last one.
Yeah. So 6-2 win for Newfoundland.
Yeah. Which, great game to Newfoundland, but also what a massive steal to take 2 out of that from Minto. That easily could have been 7-1 or 8-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing wrong. Like they're going to end up shooting just shy of 1,300, right? Like 1,300 probably wins a few matches out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the same as our Open Provincials last year, Carrie. I mean, we all knew going into Bonnie Doon, you're going to shoot a 1350 and you're going to lose because people are just that good nowadays.
Yeah.
All
right.
Well done.
1494 to 1294. So that 200 pin difference between the teams. 6-2 win for the Rock and Rollers. Good debut.
Absolutely.
We'll maybe get the team managers in here real quick. We'll bring in Zach Nilsson from the Minto Maniacs. Let me just pull back the overlay here for y'all. All right, and we'll bring in Zach here. Hey, Zach, how was the Minto Maniacs debut for you?
Thought we ran into a little bit of open frame trouble. Had a little bit of trouble picking up some spares, punching a little bit. But to throw at 13 or just about a 13 and lose by 200 points is pretty tough. I was pretty happy with how they threw it. 1294 is it's a great score. Just couple crappy breaks here and there, punched a little bit, left some frames open, but no, I'm happy with how we played. Like I said, anytime you lose by 200 points and you throw just about a 13, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do.
No,
I'm happy
exactly.
with 6-2 from that. We took 2 points.
Yeah, the 6-2 split is actually not that bad after they literally shoot a 1500 at you. So Shane, obviously a great debut for the Rock and Rollers. Your thoughts on your guys' first match?
Got a pretty good run, started it off, and in the game kept us there. Courtney came 1500. Kind of disappointing to get 6 just discussed for 15 or 8, but we'll take the start for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, that was obviously a great start. We'll let you both go. Shane, we'll have you come in here shortly for your next match against the Toppler Roses. And Zach, we'll see you guys in about an hour.
Perfect. Talk to you guys later.
All right. See you guys in a bit. All right, I'm just working on their cameras here. So obviously this next match, we have the Toppler Roses versus the Rock and Rollers. I'm not sure if Stacy's ready, but we'll bring in Mr. Shane Chafe from the Rock and Rollers. And we'll just wait on Stacy here. Hey, Shane. So after that huge 1500 debut, what does the Rock and Rollers have for us in game 2?
Hopefully we got the tank, but we're going to obviously run this game and hope to keep the momentum.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. You guys played so well. Just waiting on Toppler's stuff here. These transitions are always great.
Shane, maybe you can fill us in. What does your guys' Ladies Open look like this year? Is that what you guys are playing this weekend?
Yeah, so that's what is not with us today, trading in that. The Ladies Open is a provincial ladies event. Voted in at the AGM this year. So after this week, we'll have our team for nationals.
Nice. Did you guys decide, will the singles player play on the team as well?
As far as I know, not part of the provincial weekend, and the top 3 ranked ladies from this weekend with any other team.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Slightly
Okay.
different. So
I think this is probably as good as we're gonna get. Notice Stacy, unfortunately, is not in the background anymore. So we will try and get this match going, Shane. I know
Sure.
you guys are kind of watching here on the side. Best of luck to this match, and I will give Stacy a message that they can get their team going and playing the match as well. So best of luck to you guys.
yeah, sounds great.
All righty. Here we go. Toppler Roses, veteran team.
Holdsworth fired up already.
But they're still getting the last few balls of warm up in. Did Stacy send in a lineup for Toppler Roses?
No, she did not. But it looks like it's Parker, Marcello, Tracy,
Yes.
Kevin, and then Daryl Wood.
Okay. So we've got Jen, Pam, and Rich, who are not in there. Pam is obviously warming up, so I'm going to say she's on the bench.
So
Looks like
this may be a 5 PL issue because that last match went so quick. We're a little 10 minutes ahead of schedule here. So Toppler's probably just finishing warming up. Sorry for the delay, or sorry for the earliness of this. Hopefully Shane and them will be okay here, waiting a little bit for them.
I can fill 10 minutes talking about my commercial, as Steve commented. If anyone requires my acting services, you can contact me via Gmail. I'll have my agent get in touch with you.
The plugs, I like it.
Hey guys, is Marcello still in YBC or is he graduated now?
He technically is in his last year of YBC, but he can no longer play Youth Challenge.
Okay. Wow. It's impressive the caliber of players coming out at your guys' age so young. Like, it's better than ever.
It is. It's quite a privilege to be out of Alberta. You know, we have not only a depth of talent in bowlers, but we also have a depth of talent in coaching. And I think that plays a big role in our youth development. You know, a lot of us look up to players like Kevin and Carey and the Wisemans and Matt Schultz and Adam Weber. And we know that if we want to be competitive when we get into the adult ranks, we have to start sooner rather than later, really. So there's a huge kind of motivating factor there, which really benefits Alberta.
Absolutely.
JB, I can probably look like a programmer, but I will not know anything you say about programming.
So we're just waiting for Toppler to finish their practice here, and waiting for Stacy and the Roses to give us the heads up when they're ready to start their match.
There's Rich playing as well on the lane. I'm not sure if that means he's on the bench as well. I haven't seen Jen Smith throw a ball yet, so I don't know if she's there or not.
This is the glory of having virtual matches. I think this is the first time that we've actually done this, where we've been a little too early for some teams, and that's why that's why we always ask teams to be ahead of schedule, make sure they're watching the stream. That way, hopefully, we avoid the small hiccups like this.
It's when you need someone that wears an Apple Watch so you can see it on their wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
Stacey's saying her link won't open.
Unfortunately, if Stacy's in contact with you, Tyler, we don't really need her for the interview because we're past that point. We're ready to get this match rocking and rolling.
Sheldon, do you know what's up next for you guys in Saskatchewan? Do you guys have a master set coming up? Any big youth tournaments?
For youth, I think I'm not really sure, Tyler. But for the Masters, I think they're getting geared up to play the first round, anyways, for sure.
Yeah. Do you know where it is?
That I'm unsure. That I kind of like. I haven't got into the coaching aspect, something that I wish I would have got into, and I'm still trying, waiting on the next coaching clinic. But like, you know how you kind of need that to play Masters. Masters,
Yeah.
I kind of put it second to the Open, so my knowledge of the Masters that's probably one I don't have the greatest knowledge out of all the tournaments, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. But go ahead, Kerry. Sorry.
No, sorry, Sheldon. Just letting everybody know that looks like we're ready to go, and forgive the pun, ready to rock and roll.
Right on.
Awesome.
Excited.
the pun indeed.
So when you're ready to go, throw your first balls, guys. Best of luck. This should be a good match. Veterans against the new team that already came in hot. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of talent between these two teams, and also a lot of experience. Courtney Lucas, being one of the younger players on Newfoundland team, is played open singles, master singles, an insane youth career, and even cello. Lots of success in the cash tournaments with making cuts at a young age, very competitive. So even their young players, lots of talent.
Absolutely.
We'll try and
Another
get a better,
strike.
better look at their scoreboard here.
Nothing seeming to change for Newfoundland. Just same old, same old.
Yep.
Already 2 marks in.
Parker is a great leadoff player as well. He's one that does well with that little bit faster pace, lots of energy. He's going to be on the middle.
Yeah, he's an male MVP from last year, so he's been in the spotlight a few times and led that team to some pretty good success.
Absolutely. Great shot.
I'm noticing a lot of players on Newfoundland, they get the ball out quite a bit on the lane. You don't have many of the guys that are kind of just rollers on that team, which can go either way, right? Not to say one is better than the other.
Yeah, there is no shortage of lift on the Newfoundland repertoire, if you will. Ooh, just a bit wide there. So the left corner for Marcello. We'll see if he can spare it up. Just got some confirmation from Saskatchewan. Their first Masters are this coming weekend in Humboldt for tournament and PA for teaching.
Right on.
Kerry, we don't have anything here in Alberta. I feel like we're pretty much wrapped up until Christmas.
Yeah, we have nothing going on except for Winnipeg for the WCBT. Imagine there's probably a few youth events going on leading up. But yeah, the adult
Yeah.
side is pretty much wrapped up for now.
Yeah, we have our youth challenge qualifying in 2 weeks
Hmm.
in Edmonton. And then just like the Boxing Day doubles.
Great shot from Tracy there.
Yeah. Tracy kind of stepped away from competitive bowling before I was super involved in it. Carrie, do you have any insight as to what Tracy was like, maybe 5-6 years ago?
Yeah, you know what, Ty? She was even kind of stepped away when I kind of first entered the scene.
Okay.
You always heard rumors about her and stuff like that she was unbelievable, and obviously knowing Kevin and his intensity, Tracy shows the same intensity when she's going hot. So
for sure,
I did get to see her play a few times, obviously in the Open and stuff like that, but not to the level that I believe she was at before I started playing really competitive. So
okay. Yeah, because I think from what I've heard, she made one for sure, maybe a few Masters teams, and they won gold.
Yeah.
I know either my first or second year playing the Red Deer Cash tournament, she made the cut there.
Yeah. Yeah, she played very sporadic events, and I'm not sure if it was due to work or what was going on for their side
raising
of things.
Raising a family.
Yeah.
A couple of reasons there.
Yeah.
So we got 4 marks to 4 marks. Pretty even off the start. Toppler's going to make everyone feel like they need new glasses with that score screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a correction here on it, so we'll see if I can fix it here for Al.
Pretty much ball for ball and the lead off there. Strike punch to start. And we just Newfoundland didn't change our lineup, no? Same thing?
I think it's the same.
Same, yeah. I wasn't sure if they flipped the Brandons, but I think that's the same. Oh, nice little strike shot there from Cello.
I see a lot of Lonnie and Marcello. Like they kind of have similar shots. Nice high backswing, but like maybe not the same rotation, but like it looks a little similar.
Yeah, kind of that nice little backup shot, nice and low. I could see, lots of similarities there for sure. Ooh, just a bit high.
Ooh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, could have gone. Definitely could have gone.
Definitely.
Let's see if we can try something. All right, well, leave a little 3. Oh, but Tracy leaves a big 5. We'll see if that comes back to bite her. Yeah, definitely, Steve. Not an easy start to the season for Toppler. Lots of big games to face right out of the guns. But they're a team that I think probably feeds off that and is going to try and fight and take as many points as they can. And then when they play maybe some of their matches that they aren't as anxious about, we'll really see them just relax and show us that true Toppler fashion of just throwing a little strike after strike after strike.
We're getting closer to a proper score here, so just give me a second.
Good cover by Brandon.
Yeah. we're starting to see some of those strikes from Newfoundland turn into chops and head pins, and wondering if they're maybe getting a little tight after being so, relaxed and loose that first game.
There, we have a readable score now.
Oh, lovely. My 90-year-old eyes appreciate that a lot more. So,
Hey
3
Tyler,
marks
for everybody
yeah.
wondering, someone with your success, I'm just curious. Could you tell us kind of how much time you dedicate to the game? How many times you're throwing a week currently?
I can. It's probably not the answer you want to hear. Now, with life, I don't play as much as I want to. I bowl twice a week in a league, and I really only practice before a major event if I have the time.
Okay.
But back in high school, when I was, 15, 16, I was playing 5 times a week. So I bowled Saturday, Sunday, and then usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Not always consistently. I was more so subbing in the one league. Daryl with a huge strike there. They really need that. So I was playing 5 times a week, with at least one of those nights also having like a practice session involved. So I really used to say that I was a full-time bowler and a part-time student in high school. And then so much now with university, I had to spend more time in school. And how much work away from the lanes, JB? Are you asking like mental work? Or do you mean like how much work I actually do? Because I work like a full-time job now. I'm like 7 to 3 Monday to Friday. But mental work, I don't know. I like watch videos at home, mostly like the old TSN stuff. But I think to answer your question, Sheldon, like I did put a lot of time and effort into the game to get to the point that I'm at.
For sure. So you
where
have
I'm
the
at.
you have the history of reps, and you kind of bowl enough to kind of keep that kind of
Exactly.
like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Makes
bowling work away from the lanes. I mean, I've done a couple of like, I've read a few sports psychology books, but most of my like mental work off the lanes is just watching competitive bowling so that I stay in the right mindset.
Okay.
Which Pro League is a great opportunity for. A lot of the matches that we have recorded are singles matches from TSN and CBC. And so now to be able to watch some team play and have it recorded and saved on the internet, I think it's a really good tool going into like the Open or Masters Nationals to just kind of remind yourself of those moments that you were successful in a team setting, and what kind of behaviors were you following, and what kind of attitude did you have when you were on the lanes with that team.
Absolutely.
That's another great shot from Courtney. I just love the way she throws the ball. It's really aggressive, lots of lift, lots of roll.
Nice shot by Brandon.
Yeah, Newfoundland looking a little bit more like themselves this frame.
Yeah. Good count on that spare. It's big points.
Ooh, Kevin with the split.
It's a tough one.
I thought he might have squeezed that corner down.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think he was leaving till that fell.
This is, I'm going to critique Kevin a little bit here. I think over the last 2 years, this is the one part of the game that I've seen him struggle with is spares and cleaning up wood. We all know that Kevin can show 7, 8 in a row whenever he wants to, really. It's on demand with him. But I've noticed him miss a few critical corners, and I'm not sure, maybe that's lack of reps, or, maybe he's just not mentally as invested as he was a few years ago.
Yeah, I would say it's got to have something a little bit to do with that. Like a few years ago, Kevin, when he was playing, I wouldn't say his best bowling, but obviously right up there, he was probably one of the best at picking spares and rolling the ball and busting everything open, right? He's so good at it. And he's still one of the very best. Like Kevin's won, I think, 5 major cash tournaments throughout his career, and it's been a long career. So nowadays, maybe the edge isn't quite there. He's still obviously very good, and I would consider him one of the best in Alberta. But
Absolutely.
yeah, he's just missing a little bit of an edge that he used to have. He talks more than he used to. He used to be the scary guy out on the lanes. Now
He's still the
chit-chats.
scary guy. He's still the scary guy. So Newfoundland
Excellent
closing
sharp
out
by
that frame.
Parker.
Yeah.
Really good shot. And Newfoundland closed that frame up well.
Absolutely. Marcello working on a double here in 4.
It's a big shot. Really get him ahead in that match. Yeah, with Shane opening 2 frames there. All right. Oh, we got Mitchell coming in for Shane. That's a pretty early pull. Especially for someone who just shot a big game. I mean, he did lose to Lonnie, but he didn't play poorly.
No. That's the thing about Shane. I think he knows. Like, when he's not feeling it, he get me out of here.
Another feel bowler. Another feel bowler, yeah. I think like on speaking from next gen, like Haley is the same way. You know, she's like, it's not there, get me out. So that definitely could be. Oh, a nice little half spare for Tracy. But yeah, I mean, Cello's now built a pretty big early lead in that second match there. How many times do you think Kevin's bowled directly behind Tracy on a team?
I don't know if they've ever played a mixed team together. They must.
I've noticed that. I don't know. I've noticed that a lot now with this pro league is we have a lot of couples that are playing together that may not have ever had that before. Like the Holdsworth here and oh gosh, I'm blanking. The McLeans from Mayhem.
Yeah. Well, and Tracy and Curtis on the
Tracy
Carnage.
and Curtis, Brad and Kelsey.
Yeah. Huh.
Like I'm wondering what kind of dynamic that would be. I mean, like my partner doesn't bowl, so I've never really considered bowling with a partner.
Right.
You know.
The support obviously is going to be huge there, but yeah, how is that dynamic? I don't know.
Yeah. Do you feel like you spend more time focusing on them and making sure, or are you selfish and focusing on yourself?
I would think probably focusing on them has got to be the higher of it, but who knows, right? Like maybe they don't want your support, maybe they want to be your teammate, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would just want that normal. Yeah, I don't know.
Totally
Interesting.
Toppler with a huge frame there, 5 marks. There you go, Brad. A little double at the bottom for Newfoundland.
Hey, you're going into the 5th frame. We need some momentum here for the Rock and Rollers. I know they got the 2 doubles, but Toppler's building.
Oh yeah, we need Newfoundland. We need them to get on their spares. We've got a few opens on those 5s. What do we think? Another perfect 5th frame?
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? Back-to-back matches with perfect 5th frames.
Uh-oh. That didn't sound good.
That perfect head pins.
Yeah. Commentator curse, right?
Yeah, 100%.
We'll see. Hopefully Newfoundland can take advantage.
Yeah.
Hopefully Newfoundland can take advantage of that, the commercial break, and come back after a little bit stronger.
Some good picking by Brandon.
Oh, cello. Oh, another head pin. This fifth frame isn't stacking up to a big miss right for Mitchell.
Yeah, I'd say that Mitch was strategic, or the miss was strategic by Mitchell, but I don't know if a 3-pin's really a good miss.
No, those are they're tough to spare.
I
I've seen a
spared
lot
one.
of You spared one at TPC?
I spared one at TBC, and it was maybe the highlight of that shift because nothing else went right.
I was actually pleasantly surprised. I don't think I threw any 3-pins, and I 4-shifted.
That's impressive.
But I had a lot of head pins, so maybe I would have took a few 3-pins if I could have spared them.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
well.
dread those 3-pins. I might as well throw a headpin if I throw a 3-pin.
Yeah. Well, this is not the fifth frame that these teams were looking for. Oh, Courtney got
A mark.
push.
What is this? Changing it up.
Oh yeah, JB, you can look it up. That's perfect. Oh, you're good. Call me out too. I hope I had like 10. I just don't recall. But
I saw a lot of
shifts
chop-offs.
the shifts were so bad that maybe I just didn't. I clued out everything else.
All right, Newfoundland's trying to make a late little push here on the fifth frame.
There we go.
3 strikes to finish.
So that means the two at the bottom on Toppler are going to have to double out here to try and keep pace.
Yeah.
Going into the commercial break.
Yeah, going in, we've got 5:59 for Newfoundland. And that's with a string of marks on the bottom, a string of strikes. And then on Toppler's side, we've got 5:03 with 2 players to go and both on a strike. So it's probably going to be pretty even, I'd say.
Yeah, because Toppler, I don't think Toppler's counts in, right?
It does in the total, but not in the individual match.
Okay, perfect. Total's all we really care about.
Yes. Ooh. I will call that a camera glitch because I thought he was going to hit the middle.
If people, a lot of people don't know, like, it's awesome to see Daryl Wood playing competitive again.
Yeah.
He was so good when he was younger, and threw a perfect game when he was really young and all that stuff. And then he took quite a bit of time off bowling, moved to Alberta, and started a family, and now he's back being competitive. So it's awesome seeing him.
He's going to be a huge addition to the Calgary roster.
Yeah, for sure.
If he chooses to play the Open.
So we got 5:59 for Newfoundland Rock and Rollers with a double and 2 strikes. And then we got 5:38 for the Toppler Roses with 1 double working. So we'll play our next commercial, and we'll bring back the second half of the second match for you.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, so we got a substitution in here right away for the leadoff player. We have Pam in for Parker, and we can see our players getting antsy there. That was one of our longer commercials, so
It was. See, I wonder. I didn't see Pam warming up, but I mean, she could have been during the commercial.
yeah. Oh,
There you
pulled
go.
left right away.
Yeah, better shot from Brandon though on the Newfoundland team.
Really close game so far.
Yeah, it's like within 20.
Whichever team has a cup of coffee first and decides to wake up, that's the one that'll take it, I think.
That was a fortunate
Nope.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I play it sure perk too much. I thought that was going to fall over.
yeah, fair enough. So not a great start for Pam there. Not sure if she expected to go in the leadoff position for Parker, but
Yeah. That's all right. Cello's going to pick him up and I'll get going from there.
yeah.
I feel like Marcello's rotation really carried that shot there. It was pretty thick, but he had enough junk on it to carry it.
Do you feel now with the youth programs and stuff like that and the way coaching is that there's more priority put on lift than accuracy nowadays?
Depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
That I not get myself in trouble saying this. I think there are some programs that overemphasize technique and forget to teach that lift, rotation, speed are also important.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we need to teach kids the balance between having strong foundation. It doesn't need to be textbook technique like I throw or Jenna throws. It doesn't need to be technically perfect. You need to have a strong understanding of your game. But what's going to make you competitive and successful is confidence, aggression, good rotation, lift, and the ability to self-correct.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of people are lacking in understanding, especially in the youth age, is they run into problems and they don't know how to get themselves out of those situations.
Yeah. Yeah. To make the self-corrections and and like the 5PL showcases that there's so many different styles out there and there's so many great players that may not technically be sound or may not focus on accuracy as much as making sure they have good rotation to bust up the pins and maybe just pick up what's left, right? It's neat seeing it because there's a lot of players that they don't make a ton of spares, but they throw 7, 8, 9 strikes a game that spares really don't factor into their game as much, right?
Yeah.
I think we have to keep in mind that like everybody has like the natural shot. When you're first discovering that you're a good bowler, you're kind of going with something that consistently works for you, right?
Yeah.
And kind of working with that.
There you go. That's
Pam
Pam's
bounce
ball.
back there.
I think there's also a lot of focus on like youth bowling, like around here anyways, is get that ball out. But it's not always the case, right? Like you have guys like Lonnie and certain players that they don't throw the ball out, but it works for them, right? It's like that. I think that works as basic fundamentals, but it's not everybody's shot,
Ooh.
right?
Shallow getting tapped there. I would agree, Sheldon. I think the caveat to that is that's just a terminology. You know, we hear coaches say get that ball out, but Lonnie still has a lot of lift. You know, he doesn't throw the ball far out on the lane, but there's a difference between teaching lift and saying, "Oh, get the ball out."
Yeah, Lonnie's he tends to lay the ball down, but yeah, there's tons of lift on it. He leaves burn marks on the lanes, so
Yeah.
yeah, he has so much rotation. And that's the main thing when coaches, and maybe like you said, maybe it's just a terminology. Getting the ball out on the lane doesn't necessarily lofting the ball. It just means make sure you got the ball or the hand up the back of the ball. Give it lots of roll.
Yeah. Newfoundland running into some issues here.
Yeah, Toppler's got to keep the pressure on here, as we seen in the last match. Newfoundland finished strong.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there you go. 3-pin spare, super spare.
Oh.
Yeah, Toppler's got to keep it going and keep the throttle down.
Yeah. Especially because, and JB was mentioning that the count wasn't counting in, so they're going to be pretty much flat even here.
Okay.
So if they can convert these last two players into some strikes, they're going to have the edge, I think, going into 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
And I know about you guys, but I'd rather be up in 8, 9, 10 than trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, very true. So if it's not counting in here at the end of every frame, I'll add their count in for everybody, just so we can kind of get a more accurate depiction of their score.
Oh, that was almost aces.
Courtney's been a great third. Anytime it feels like the team starts drifting, she's getting that mark to kind of just keep the team in check. It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's been a huge addition to any Newfoundland event, and then now this team, like.
Absolutely. She's one of those players that you don't see her run into that headpin issue so much, which is why she's really solid, as you were saying, kind of bringing teams back into getting a mark. She may not throw, 9 in a row every tournament, but she's really consistent in making her spares, just being a constant, consistent threat. Oh, good little push.
Gets a late push.
All right, 8-14 with a double, a strike, and 2 spares.
And then Toppler gets an extra 90 on whatever their score is. So they're at
73? 863.
863, so they're ahead.
So now we got to keep the pressure on. Be wary of that Newfoundland finish. It's funny because from a youth perspective, we always, you could see Pam just got it right around that ball with her hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's her miss, is the left miss.
Yeah. From a youth perspective, we always thought that Alberta was the team that finished games. We always had a super strong 8, 9, 10. But playing more in the adults, everyone does, really. It's not.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, Ty, we grew up, and that was kind of what was beat into you, is like you got to make sure you finish your matches, and that was But yeah, watching these teams, everybody finishes strong.
Yeah,
it's what everybody's taught to do. Just so everybody's aware that we just had another super spare.
We did. 2 in one game. I feel honored to see them. So Marcello's given a little bit of an opening to Mitchell here.
I thought that 3 spare was only a PA thing because we're pretty good at that. Usually it's on 3 or 4 in a row, and you might toss a 3 miss in there, but we're working on it.
That's GP's claim to fame too. So I think everybody claims it.
I was going to say, if you want to watch 3-pin spares, look up any Holy Rollers match.
Yeah.
So that looks like Rich went in for Kevin there, maybe. Did we get a message about that one? Yeah. Oh, no, Rich in for Tracy, sorry. Carrie, how did you learn how to be strong in 8, 9, 10?
How did I learn?
Yeah.
By having 135 and 7 all the time. It's like, oh, I really need to finish this game if I want to be half decent. So,
yeah.
No, it was just,
I think a lot of it's just reps.
Yeah, just making sure when you get to the end of the game, just concentration. Everybody tells you every ball matters and you should be concentrating on every ball, but how exhausting is that especially through an 8-game shift to be that engaged all the time? So a lot of it is just getting through the first part of the game and making sure you're not putting yourself in trouble, and then putting those extra energy points into those last 3 frames are huge, right? Just making sure you're engaged and paying attention, and nothing worse than going into 8, 9, 10 being at 135, but it happens a lot. So
yeah, Daryl just pushing that left corner down. So Newfoundland's trying to spare their way into staying in this match.
Big push. So once again, there's
double.
Another 90, so 993 for Toppler to 944. So it's 49 sticks.
It's really just one player, hey?
Yeah. So big 9th frame here. Anything you can get built for 10, because it can be 1 in 10 either way right now. So
yeah. Oh, that's an unfortunate split.
It's a big shot for Pam here. She gets a mark with some
spare. Yeah, I want
to
see her keep that hand behind the ball. Oh. Terry, you said she only misses left. What was that?
Yeah. Well, if you happen to see, she was pointed to the right with her shoulders. So
yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of an overcorrection, maybe.
Yeah. Pam's game is one that you don't see very often, right? Where she has that sweeping hook.
Yeah.
So for her to find her timing, she's probably one of the best strikers out there. But when she gets a little fast or a little open, I think it's a little bit tougher for her to find it again. But when she's on it, man, she's one of the most fun to watch out there for sure.
Oh yeah,
she's so good at it.
It's a fun line to watch because you never quite know when that snap's going to come in.
Yeah,
but when it snaps right,
she's made a career of it. She's won multiple nationals and all the accolades to her, and she's been a staple in Calgary for her whole career. So
absolutely. So spare for Mitchell. Oh, cello, not quite going to push over.
Did it go?
No, it was still there. Yeah.
The cheater bases didn't activate.
Courtney, a little fast.
Way too fast there.
So, guys, with the rule change, a leaning pin is not a down pin anymore.
It's not down, no.
Wow.
It must be. You must be able to physically tell it's being held up by something. So a pin behind it or
a string,
something like that. Yeah, like you absolutely know that's what's happening. If you can't definitively tell that it's an up pin, then
yeah. Do you think has it done anything else but maybe dodge like a heated scenario when 2 teams might be arguing kind of over it, if that ever came to that?
I don't know if it's ever been an issue I've seen during team stuff so far, but I know TPC this weekend, lane 16, the left 2 pin was I don't know if the string was a little tight or anything, but a slow faller, it very rarely fell. So everybody was playing as an up pin. So
Okay.
it just the way the machine worked or whatever the issue was.
Yeah. Oh, big push. Huge push.
I just like the definitiveness of it. It's like, well, you can't tell it's being held up by something, so it's an up pin. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Then there's no arguments, right?
Definitely.
Calgary a little slow in the ninth frame here. I expected a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually
Big
kind of
shot by
surprised to
Kevin.
see Rich miss the middle there, because him and Cello at TPC doubles, granted it being no tap, they were insane.
Yeah, back-to-back 400s with a perfect.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And the only way you do that is by hitting the middle a lot.
Yeah.
A little high for Daryl. Couldn't quite expect that one to go.
So
All right, this thing's gonna come down to
1,074.
10. Yeah, 1074. And we'll say 1060 for Toppler, roughly. Ooh.
Yeah, it'll be
That
10,
makes- oh.
1085 if Daryl picks this.
Yeah, second shot got away from him a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like 1080. Oh, no, sorry.
1072.
1073. Yeah. Yeah, 1072.
2-point difference, but a couple marks in favor of Newfoundland there.
That double at the bottom is going to be
Yep.
absolutely massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So again,
All right.
we're down to really making sure you don't let any of those singles matches slip away from you. See Pam again there, just a little tentative with that shot. Ooh. That's a big spare.
That is, yeah, for the total for sure.
I mean, all Brandon needs to do is touch a pin, and he's got the singles match. There we go. So one for rock and rollers.
Big team shot. That's a good count, yeah.
Yeah. That's what Toppler needs to focus on right now, is taking every pin for team total. Not letting those marks of Newfoundland build up.
Absolutely. Cello on a spare. Big shot by
Big.
Cello.
Big.
He's going to be like a force to be reckoned with for years to come. Like, his style is natural, and I just love watching that kid bowl.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Mitchell still fast. Really dropping into that shot.
Yeah.
Not just letting himself, roll through it. All right, Cello's got a big opportunity here.
Big spare.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, left pocket. Switching it up.
Big team points for Mitchell here on this one.
This is going to give Calgary an opportunity to steal 15 from each of the top two bowlers. And that'll be 1 point for Toppler. And an extra 12 to team for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't draw it up any
Always
better.
solid. No, always solid.
A rich bomb in the left pocket.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
That could be a big corner.
Yeah.
I mean, the match is going to go Courtney's way again.
So 2-1. Totals are team totals still so close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're 1167. And Rich has got another 30 left up there. So they could actually be ahead going into the last two bowlers if he takes all 30.
Yeah. Brandon's
But
not
by-
going to waste any time here to stack points, though.
He's going to put the pressure on.
Yeah. Bomb.
Absolutely. So, that's going to lock up that fourth match there.
For team total, it looks like we're almost in a must strike by Toppler.
Absolutely. Brandon's going to have about a 340 average for his pro league start.
Wow.
351 his first match and 343 the second one. Solid shooting.
So great. So good.
Big shot by Kev.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah, I'll come down to last bowler here for team total, but Brad working with that double, that's
Big. Really, really big.
pretty insurmountable, yeah.
Come on.
Ooh, that hurts.
That hurts, yeah.
Because that will leave them.
So we get an extra 20 there, so 1234. So it'll be up by 2.
Is it? I think it's already counted in the strike, though.
I don't believe so. I think the
No.
10. Oh, yeah, you're right. I made that mistake last frame.
Yeah, because that's 12, 16, so they're back 16.
Yeah. 16. So Brad just knows he needs to make 28 or 29, sorry.
When you're looking at some of these bowlers score on Toppler too, like they had a solid game, lots of strikes, lots of spares. It's looking like just unsparables in just the wrong time, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a part of it. I mean, that ninth frame for them was not what they needed. 3 missed spares in the ninth frame is really subpar performance for Toppler.
Absolutely.
So that's a 7-1 we have, eh?
Yeah, what's Brad's total or like individual match there? 305. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7-1.
So huge day for rock and rollers. 6 and a 7.
Absolutely. Yeah.
13. Nothing wrong with that.
No. Against 2 very solid teams as well,
Yeah.
Those are two rosters that you want to take as many as you can from.
Yeah, and we were just saying, like last match, Minto Maniacs, they just shy of 1,300 and they only get 2 points. Here, Rock and Roller shoot 1280 and they take 7, right?
Welcome to match play.
Yeah. Just
All
the
right,
split
should we bring them in?
differences. You bet. Let's bring in our managers from the teams. Second here. We got Mr. Shane Chafe from the Minto or from Rock and Rollers here. Just get this out of here. Bring Shane in. Hey Shane.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah. Great match, 1280, not quite a 1,500, but you stole 1 more point.
Yeah, I really picked us up. 330 for Brad had. Smitty had 2 games, so those guys were huge, and Brad and Mitchell up a little bit there.
And then we'll bring in Stacy here from the Toppler Roses. Hopefully her Wi-Fi and everything's good. She's a little sideways today. What's going on, Stace? Her network connection is a 0 for 10, so I'm guessing that she can't hear us and we can't hear her.
would agree.
So we'll just bump her out there. Sorry, Stace. We'll catch you on the flip side. So obviously, Shane, great day for the Rock and Rollers. 13 points on your first 2 matches. Puts you in a very good position to start the league off. So
Yeah, no, it was great. Great start. We enjoyed it too. I think we're on next week, so looking forward.
perfect. Yeah, awesome. Well, we'll move on to our next match here, Shane. Great job. Tell the team fantastic, and have a great rest of your day. I know it's in the middle of the afternoon there for you.
Good. Thanks, guys. See you next week.
All right. See you
Great
next
job,
week.
Newfoundland.
Good bowling.
All right, here we go. We got match number 3, Toppler Roses versus the Minto Maniacs, or the other way around. Sorry, the Minto are the visiting team this time. And we'll bring in our managers here. So from the Toppler Roses, we have Stacey Weber. Maybe. And we have from the Minto Maniacs, we have Sean Dino this time. Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Good. Stacy's coming in sideways for us here.
I know. She sent us a picture, and it looked all good on her side. So I couldn't tell you what's going on our side.
I think she runs Toppler. She's got to work on that Wi-Fi.
We can do nothing but apologize to you, Stacy, and the Toppler Roses. We'll try and get some interviews here in the future, but we'll just pop you out for that one. So, Sean, Minto Maniacs obviously took 2 points in the first match. What do you got planned for this one? How are you switching lineup? What's going on?
We've rotated some people out. We did keep the people that were a little more successful in their positions. Lonnie's still going to be second. Michael Wiss is going to be anchor for us. Lead off, though, we swapped out Krista for Zach Nilsson. He's going to get his debut here. And in the middle, we left Don Mardell. And for 4th place, Dallas kind of lit it up at the end there. So we're going to continue on with him and hope that he does the same.
Perfect.
So you got me on the bench, Chris on the bench, and Jack Mookley on the bench.
Awesome. Well, I'm not quite sure what Stacy's lineup is, but we'll see it when coming up there. They're the home team, so it doesn't matter much to you guys. Best of luck in the match, and play well.
Thank you so much.
All right. So the Minto Maniacs versus Toppler Roses. When you guys are ready, you're more than welcome to throw your first balls. We'll just let Stacy know here.
I would be shocked to see Stacy make a huge change in her lineup. I think she'll leave the bottom 2 the same. Be my guess. She might put Parker on the bench. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, neither of the leadoffs were overly successful that game.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if she'll if she'll leave Pam to start out there, or if she'll put Parker back out there and then maybe move Pam into a different position and have somebody else in the wings. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Lots of
My
options,
gut-
obviously, with that depth. So
Yeah. My gut says put Parker back in.
yeah, I would agree with that.
I like the change that Minto did. You have a really kind of upbeat, emotional player in Zach. And, I think we all worry about sometimes, if you have an emotional player, if they're struggling, you might not want them first. But then you got your Lonnie Akers there, and, we know his pedigree. So I think if Zach struggles, we have Lonnie to pick him up. So I think I kind of see the strategy behind that. And then keeping Wisty, the, consistent Wisty last isn't a bad idea either.
Yeah.
Get this
All
Mendez
right.
system back.
Yeah.
Parker, Cello, Pam, Kevin, Daryl.
There we go. Put Parker back up, move Pam down into the lineup, and get Tracy in the wings waiting. So
Yeah, same with Rich. I think we might see again some early pulls from Toppler. I think Stacy's pretty ruthless.
I think the 5-pin universe and 5PL are going to have to invest in maybe a second StreamYard channel. This restream has been nothing but an issue for a few people. So we'll have to do some work on that.
From a commentating end, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Once you're in and you got stuff going, it's all right.
Yeah. All right, so a couple shots off the middle. Maybe we're just a little bit afraid of some head pins to start there.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't asked this yet. Who do you guys got? Who do you think's going to win each match?
Oh man,
What's
the
the call?
intensity. You know what? Minto Maniacs, they shot literally 1,300 their first match and just got knocked by a 1,500. Toppler Roses, they shot just 1220. So, yeah, 1250. So it's gonna be close. I see a split coming here. It's gonna be a weird split, maybe a 5-3. I'm gonna give the edge to the Maniacs.
All right. Sheldon, what do you think?
I think both teams are due and are going to play very well. I think we got some interesting matchups. I think Lonnie and Cello is going to be a super good match, and then I really think Dallas is going to play good against Kevin. I'm not sure who's going to win each match, but those two matches in particular, I look for heat from both sides.
Lonnie starting big. Such a great team player, such a good energy. Always turns around with some intensity.
He really is, and he's one of those guys that gives back to the sport. It doesn't matter if you know him or not. You go up to him and ask him for help, he's going to help you. And he's just, ever since I've known Lonnie, ever since a YBC bowler, looking up to him, that guy's a stand-up individual and just a pure role model of the sport.
Yeah. I think my call, actually, I'm on the opposite side of Carrie. I was going to say 5-3 split as well, but in favor of Toppler.
I like it.
Yeah, I think if it doesn't go that way, though, I'm going to say 7-1 Toppler.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, okay. I think we're going to see the extreme. If it's not so close, I
think blowout.
Toppler's going to be pissed off. Yeah.
And maybe this is where the experience will be the difference maker, because obviously Toppler has quite a bit of experience in the 5PL. But I think the Maniacs just want it. I think there's a little bit of an edge being the new kids on the block, and you don't want to be rolled over twice, right?
Totally agree with you, Carrie, and I think it'll just be finding that fine line of almost not trying too hard, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the flip side of the coin, right? You can press, you can be trying so hard that it could be bad too. So, yeah, it's a very fine line, this game. You can't be too aggressive, but you can't be complacent either. So
Definitely.
ooh, Daryl missed that single pin conversion.
That's twice he's done that now.
Yeah. That just comes with repetition, right? He still has his strike game, there's no doubt, but maybe that lack of bowling has caused a little glimpse in his spare game. But
Yeah.
It's like most of us when we start the season, right? We come back in September and we know how to throw strike, but trying to spare a chop off or a corner,
yeah.
good luck. So pretty even start, 73 to 67.
Yeah. Strikes are in the same place, bowler 2 and 3, and then the opens in the same place as well.
Yeah.
That's a big shot from Zach. He's a real passionate player. He's fun to watch out there.
Definitely a big character on the lanes, yeah. Oh. You know, Parker doesn't look like he's throwing a bad ball. It looks like it's just in the wrong spot for him.
Yeah. Do you think maybe he feels a little bit of added pressure now that he's been pulled out of the game? I think that's the first time ever.
Probably.
Now he's feeling like he needs to put the team on his back a little bit, and
especially as a leadoff bowler.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'd also like to see Stacey make that decision sooner, because I think it's just going to snowball.
Right.
So spare from Lonnie gives Cello a little bit of an opening here.
Have you guys ever played on a team where the bowler getting pulled wasn't totally on board and that created a little bit of controversy in the team?
Not in the team so much, just a controversy between them and the manager, or the coach. The team knows that what's happening between them shouldn't ever be an issue on the team. But yeah, I've been a part of teams that player gets yanked, and yeah, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Player's not happy, but the players also got to realize that maybe even though they feel they can pull it out or they can be a part of it, it's maybe not the best thing for the team. So
definitely.
Yeah, exact same boat with Carrie.
Yeah.
I can even admit I've been that person who's been pulled and maybe not like happy with the coach, but you can't take it out on the team, right?
Yeah. You feel your ears get a little red. It's like, why am I the one out?
Yeah.
I can fix this. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Definitely been that player too. Yeah, there's always that selfishness to the game as well, right? You want to do the best you can do.
Chop cherry. Get her a shirt.
Almost kind of like in other sports, hey, like when you're kind of injured and it's that fine line, or are you going to play with your heart, or in the end, or is it going to be hurting the team?
Yeah. As you guys will find with age, those injuries come fairly often. So you got to find out when you can play through the pain and be a benefit to the team, right?
Absolutely.
A little slow start here.
A little bit. No team's really taking charge so far. Still fairly even.
Yeah.
We're really loving our 3 pins today there, folks. I would agree with Steve. I think if we're talking about pulls, it's more of how the pull happens than necessarily who it is. I think a lot of us have that experience. We kind of feel when the pull's coming. It's when you have that out of the blue, like yanked off the lane feeling, and that's usually what seems to disrupt things more than a specific person getting pulled.
For sure. I think more often than not, too, I think when a team forms, that's probably a conversation that goes on between the team and the coach. Like, like giving him the full ability and kind of permission to do what he wants as the coach, right? Because if you limit the coach, he's
he can only coach you so much.
Oh, yeah, totally, for sure. I thought Daryl's was going to go there. Maybe that's some bowling karma for missing his last 2 corners.
Yeah. They won't fall till he picks them.
Nope. All right, so we got 3 marks for Minto Maniacs that frame and only 1 for Toppler Roses. See, Parker's got 1 more frame for sure here.
I feel
I'm
if Zach throws this, he'll blow the roof off that place.
I'm guessing Parker's going to be extra aggressive on this one too.
I think so.
Ooh,
Oh,
that chop.
good middle hit. There it is.
Excellent. Ton of rotation again too.
Yeah. Zach makes sure the spare here and no damage to his game.
Exactly, stays in control. Cello, much better shot.
There you go. Man, Zach carries so much energy, eh?
He does. It's second to none.
Yeah.
I'm tired watching him.
yeah.
Zach's a good player too. Like, he's still pretty young, but I think he's at that age where he's trying to learn how to channel it, like kind of when the best time to use that emotion, that it can hurt you in certain situations.
Yeah,
absolutely. Do we know what bowling ball Lonnie is throwing? Because I think he picked up a bowling ball that has color in it, and I don't think I've ever seen him throw anything other than those black soft rolls.
I think he has a set of I think they're Comets.
Oh, okay, like oh yeah, interesting.
I think he's been throwing those black soft rolls since like 03.
Yeah.
Oh, takes it away, Pam. Good job. So
yeah, I noticed Lonnie in that at TPC qualifying shift, that first shift, I think he started the first game with some weird colored bowling ball, and then he moved to the soft rolls after that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him throw anything other than the soft roll, or maybe like a house ball, but caught me off guard a little. Oh, there we go. That looks like Toppler out on the lanes.
I'll refresh their screen here.
Yeah, Lonnie comes from a family of good bowlers too. His dad Wayne is an unbelievable player. Like he was one of the kids when you were a YBC kid, you looked up to him.
Yeah, I just recently found out about that. I forget what me and Lonnie were talking about, and he had mentioned that his dad was a really good bowler. Like,
yeah,
stuff you don't know from other provinces and all that. Pretty cool to learn.
Absolutely. And at the Minto there, they have all the YBC teams that have won provincials, and any team that's won nationals, being at a YBC or level or an adult level, like they've always posted the national teams on the wall, the team pictures. And I remember as a kid, it actually was labeled world champions, and you had Ray Bazarab, Wayne Akers, and it was just like this, almost like this surreal picture that you truly believed they were world champions, and technically they were, and you just wanted to be one for yourself.
yeah, no doubt. Ray Basaraba, unbelievable bowler. Loved playing with him at the major cash tournaments and stuff like that. I know he went through some health issues. Hopefully he's doing a lot better out there.
Absolutely. Unreal bowler too. Him and Lonnie, they wherever Lonnie went, Ray went, and those guys they were the top 2 in PA, I would say, for years. Like, there was good bowlers, and then there was Lonnie and Ray.
Right. Parker with the pull left there for that 3-pin.
Yeah, very surprised about that. Yeah. Zach, little quick on the spare shot.
Yeah.
Super spare. Oh.
No. Ball side. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Not too many players have that shot.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Oh, no.
Especially with the rotation going into the 3-pins. I find if the rotation is going into the 2-pin, that carries more often than the other way around.
Yeah, for sure. I just play angles. I don't worry about rotation when you're going for 3-pin spares.
I just try not to throw 3-pins so that I don't have to worry about them.
Well, not all of us have that luxury.
I just tell myself, try to hit the middle, you'll spare it.
Yeah.
Cello with a big double. Yeah. Trying to
Lonnie
get
going in.
just a step up on Lonnie there.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know what Lonnie's throwing there. They're definitely not the black soft rolls. Maybe he just wasn't feeling them.
Ooh. Well, I don't know why he just shot a 350. Maybe he didn't throw them the first one, maybe.
Yeah, we weren't really watching for that.
No.
That's one thing about this whole 5PL thing. It'd be nice to know what each player was throwing and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a lot of background work to do, but
Big chop spare for Pam.
That was big.
Yeah.
now we're starting to see a lot more marks here. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
Dawn with a double attempt.
Oh, I
Got
think
it.
she.
Slider.
Yeah, I think she's gonna take that one. She didn't look so confident.
Those are those ones you just want to sneak off.
But they're so fun to throw when you're playing in person against someone.
For sure.
Ooh.
Dallas a little bit to the right there.
How much leash does Kevin have? With his
more
record?
than most. More than
Yeah.
most. But I would think Stacy probably ready to pull the trigger on that with Rich waiting, right?
Yeah. Because Rich is really solid off the bench. He's been good in every match.
And I think that's why he's always been on the bench, because she knows that she can put him in just about anywhere, right?
But with two pulls, I mean, we've got Parker and Kevin kind of both looking like they maybe needs a lifeline.
Yeah.
Do you put Rich in 1 or do you put him in 4? Knowing that Tracy is your other.
With Cello playing so well, and if Daryl keeps it going, I would almost look towards 4-hole, right? To hopefully build some momentum at the bottom. But
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, that's a great question. And that's why I don't coach. Because I would freeze up on that decision.
It's nice to see Wisty get the double there after 2 opens, get some confidence going.
Yeah, puts him back in that match for sure. That's a better shot. Oh. Exact same shot on both sides of the screen there.
Yep.
High right pocket. I'd call it a power chop, but I know Stacy would smack me one if I called it that.
What?
Stacy doesn't believe in power chops. They're not a thing.
Really?
Yeah, ask her about it next time you see her.
Oh, I'll talk to her about it. And show her a shot in the same location with 20K less, and it's definitely a power chop.
I think it'd be beneficial. Like, I know it's just one game, but like, I think Zach being so emotional, I think he would benefit from going after a guy like Lonnie or after a guy like Mike, just kind of getting that confidence, like just trying to keep it rolling rather than sometimes starting it for the team can be a little more pressure in certain situations.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely. Did Lonnie's push? No, still standing
there. That corner stood.
See, Pam, that's the shot.
That's a big shot by Pam.
There we go. Toppler working frame 5 right before the commercial break again.
Oh.
That's a rare miss by Lonnie. He's good on his corners.
So now Marcello's got quite the handle on that match after the commercial break.
That just goes back to what you guys were saying about spares. They help, but sometimes can only help so much, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Kevy, there you go.
See, now I think Stacy's in a hard spot. How do you pull?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You need to make that decision before this happened. It's a good problem to have, right?
That was a good ball.
Oh, not quite. Yeah, another great shot. Totally a good problem. Oh. Huh.
The way Daryl was rolling ball, I didn't think that was going to be the spot that he was going to
No,
have that issue.
I thought that'd have just enough fingers to take one side.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, a couple single pin misses here and a chop miss. Not the greatest spot.
PA begging for the commercial break.
Yeah. He's got to look to get more on the center and then sparing those again too.
Okay, well, we got Dallas here. Right the ship and give Wisty something to work with.
Yeah.
All right, Carrie, can we do good math on Toppler's score this time? 501 with a spare, 2 strikes, and a double. What does that put him at?
Well, supposedly, and I could be wrong on this, but that should be 90 points.
Okay. We'll call it 600.
Okay.
Nice spare by Dallas.
Yeah, that'll help him. 516.
I just don't know if the 15 is already counted in on the double.
Yeah, that's the one I don't know about.
I'm all confused
JB,
by Mendez scoring. So
yeah, JB's saying 516, but I mean, they've got because he's saying it counts just not the double. Everything else is counted in.
But why would that be?
I don't know. Because it's Mendez.
So weird. Yeah, 516. There we go. We're gonna go by what JB says.
All right, Wisty, going for a super spare here.
I think he's gonna get it.
Yeah, he does.
And a bow.
Hey, while you're in PA, you bowl like PA.
Yeah. I can just imagine what those guys are saying after that shot. Welcome to PA or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, we'll jump into our next commercial here. So we have 516 to 531. Last half of the match to follow suit.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right. Here we go. 516, 531. So close match. Got a double working for Toppler Roses. So a little bit of an edge for them.
Yeah. Feels like such a long time ago. I don't remember what Minto did after their commercial break the first time.
You know what? I don't recall either.
I was just in awe of all the strikes that Newfoundland threw. I know they played well, but
Yeah, they obviously played half decent after the break to get the 1300, but
yeah. Ooh, that was thick. Yeah.
It's a must
Yeah.
cover by Zach.
Sheldon, I tend to agree with your comment a little bit earlier. I'm not sure with all of Zach's energy if leadoff is the best for him, just because of the pressure situation, stuff like that. He wants to get the energy out. Maybe following a big shot like Lonnie and stuff like that to get him amped up before he gets up on the lane might be a big help for him.
I agree.
Ooh, cello through the hole.
That is not what you want to be doing with Lonnie Akers on the other side of the lane there.
No.
And on a double.
Yeah.
And then a D-cell on his... Huh. All right.
Don, that looked a little...
Oh,
tickle it away.
that fell, hey?
I don't
No?
believe
No.
so, no. Oh, it did.
And it did, yeah.
Okay.
She didn't show much reaction, so I was unsure.
Yeah. She knew it was going down the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pam answers back with a slightly more convincing strike.
Yeah. Oh,
Good job,
Dallas
Mike.
a bomb. There you go. All right, here we go. This is what they were waiting for, that little commercial break to get going.
Yeah, the match is really even right now.
Yeah. I thought that was going to go behind. Push. Yeah, Wisty's playing well, but still not able to string something together quite the way he wants to, I imagine.
Exactly. I think his first game, I'm pretty sure it was a clean game, that his only 2 opens in 2 games are these first 2 frames.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
There you
pretty
go.
even frame.
Yeah.
A little bit of an edge to PA there.
So 641 JB, is that what we're saying after 6 frames?
Yeah, where's the statistician on that one? Zach, that
looked better.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
The ball stayed up way more.
Yeah. See, it's Parker's taking a little bit more time. 641. There.
That's
That looks...
locked in. He looks locked in.
Yeah. Oh, another single pin miss. Maybe the undoing of PA this game.
Yeah. Yeah, a few too many inopportune single pins.
Yeah. Cello get back on it. Yeah. Nicely done.
He was definitely a lot more methodical on that one. Slower hand speed.
Yeah.
That 6 frame, he was rushed. His first 2 balls were just so quick.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just a little bit more experience for Cello. Oh,
Split. All right, Lonnie's going to look to keep this going. Quarter.
The bowling gods are not present in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan this morning.
No. Not giving the single pin love here.
Well, they took a wrong turn and ended up in cut knife, I think.
Oh, Lenny's bowling with him.
Yeah. Oh, miss.
speaking of Lenny too, Lenny plays like the Open out of PA most times too, so they can put together a pretty strong team. And there used to be a time on paper where PA might not have been the best team out of Regina and Saskatoon when you're comparing those teams, but with who they have now, PA on paper, they're just as good as anybody.
Yeah,
absolutely. That was a really good shot from Don. A lot more confident.
I think she's starting to feel it. She's really only had one mistake where she missed the corner. So
absolutely.
Kevy with the triple now.
Wow,
Dallas.
Good. That was huge.
Yeah, when in doubt, just play half the lane.
Well, I heard you guys on the podcast that I heard a rumor that when Dallas went to nationals, there was lane guards and he had to go to a one-step approach and average like 270 on a one-step approach. Like, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
See if Wisty can get an edge up on Daryl here. That's
there you go.
Way better shot.
There you go. PA's got it going now.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting finish. I feel like PA's heated up a little bit. That it's going to be close coming down to the end here.
Maybe a 5-3 split, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah. So we got 785 to 780.
Supposedly. We're trusting JB on this double information.
I have a formal protest to remove Mendez from all bowling alleys.
Well, I did hear a rumor that Toppler was looking at updating. So
okay.
Mendez may be a thing of the past for them. We'll see.
Ooh, I think that's a good getaway for Parker. I know he wanted that one, but capitalize on the spare here. Make sure he stays right in that match.
Oh, that's tough.
No comments for the chopped cherry, hey?
No. I thought I better not.
I got lots of those shirts in stock. If it
All right. Well, Cella's got an opportunity to kind of nullify the effects of that headpin miss here.
Yeah. Get ahead in his match against Lonnie again.
Yeah. Oh.
And see, that's the problem, right? Cella goes quick. Then he finds a good tempo in the next frame, but then he decells the next frame. Like,
yeah, too much.
That's the issue with having such a variance in your approach. It's hard to find the good rhythm.
Yeah. Squeezes out the spare. Don takes a triple. Puts the pressure on Pam.
Because I know I have that issue too. I get a little quick, so then the next frame you make sure you slow your feet down, and then the frame after it seems like you're just way too slow. It's a fine balance.
Tracy's going in for Pam. Oh, Dallas.
Does that surprise you?
I don't think so.
No,
not after the 8 miss. I think that team knows well enough that not picking up any wood on a double is not going to keep you in the game.
Yeah, that's fair. Coming down to the crunch.
Yeah. And it just kind of looks like Pam hasn't quite had that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, she hasn't really labeled any shots. She's thrown some good ones, but nothing that it looked like it portrayed confidence in what she was doing.
Yeah.
Looks like she's been searching a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Stacy might just be holding on to Rich for a last minute effort.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I think I would have put Rich in first.
Right. Yeah.
You got Dawn on the triple, so I think this is a pretty big shot for Kev here to get a count at least.
Absolutely.
But knowing him, we know he's going to get that count more than likely.
He's at least going to put it in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unfortunate open for Dallas and Michael. Not what they're looking for in the 8th frame.
Oh, yeah. Kevy's got the triple working now.
He's found it. He's got 4.
Yep.
4.
What have we had a Yahtzee? I think we missed the Yahtzees.
Well, that was a ham bone.
That's a ham bone, yeah.
That's a ham bone. I don't think we've had a Yahtzee though.
Well, Lonnie.
Oh, we must have. There's
Yeah.
been 340s, hasn't there?
A 350, a 340, and a 330.
Wow. We're just falling asleep on the job.
We need DB for those ones. All right, big 9th frame with how close this match is. You know, it's not the 1,008 to 990 and 8, but it's still only 20 points apart. Oh,
It was a good break.
Yeah, I know that Zach's excited, but I'd like to see him hold that shot a half second more. And I think that's, that'll give him a little bit more fingers, which will hopefully stop those corners and those chops.
Nothing better than throwing the ball and running it out, right? But you got it. See, holds that perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. Now Parker's put himself in a bit of a pickle here.
Yeah, that single match is really close between Parker and Zach now.
Yeah.
Lonnie trying to get back on track.
Big shot.
Big one.
All right. We'll see if Cello can find that timing this frame. You know, I think on the Toppler side, this is one of those unfortunate coaching moments where they never really gave Stacy a clear opportunity of where that pull needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it might come back to get them. We'll see. That looks... Oh. Wow.
Good shot by Pam.
Tracy there, in for Pam.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Don still working on the double here. Looking for the spare. Ooh.
Ooh, push.
Wow.
She
Did not
will take
expect that with her finish there.
Nope.
Would you guys rather miss aggressively than than placing the ball?
That's a good question.
I think it depends on what you're playing. Like if you're playing that little bit of an undershot, or if you're playing super aggressive. I think it depends how you miss it at that point. But
I would say I very rarely miss aggressively. If I'm too aggressive, it's usually because I end up punching.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I actually have an answer to that one.
Okay.
Oh, another one? Yeah.
That was big. Good frame by Toppler.
Yeah.
But even PA though, hanging around with those spares, they're not going anywhere.
Nope.
I think that's the 9th frame that Toppler needed against Newfoundland.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So 1070 going into 10?
There is the Yahtzee, yes.
Dang it.
One of these days we'll get it.
Yeah, one of these days.
1070 for Toppler. And PA is going to be at 1024.
Yeah.
So a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, those 2 doubles on the bottom. That's...
Yeah, hopefully, I'm sure PA never cheer against anyone, but sometimes you just hope for a little bit of help.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see if Parker can kind of get out of his head for the last frame. Like, you can tell he's obviously frustrated not playing the way he wants to, but that match is still there for him to take.
Yeah. If Zach gets us, I'd like to see him channel it a little bit to get ready for that second shot.
Almost had a chance.
Yeah. That's a big spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that puts Parker down by 5, so he'll need not that.
That secures the win. 1
Fortunate.
point. Our next one is 20 pins, so needs the double.
Yeah. It's really going to be a first ball. You know, this is interesting where, like, in the open, this situation arrives. I'm not sure about in Saskatchewan, but in Alberta, we have a ball for ball rule. It's a lot more pressure in a situation like that where, you know, Lonnie can go up and shoot 3 shots before Cello gets 2 out.
Yeah.
I kind of like that ball for ball rule that you guys do, because it kind of eliminates a person just taking control of the situation, and either, you know, kind of, if you want, you could walk up there and finish the 10th, and the guy next to you probably would let you.
Yeah. I like the ball for ball because then I find it's truer match play. It's
Absolutely.
what you can do, I can do. Where the other way, yeah, like a player can go throw the whole frame, get out of it without really feeling the pressure. And to me, that's not the aspect of the match play, right? The match play is you should be under pressure the whole time. That's the point of it.
Well, and from the other side too, it's a lot different for the person who's behind, knowing they have to throw 1 strike instead of knowing they have to throw all 3.
Yeah,
definitely.
So Cello's going to get a little bit of an advantage in the 10th frame, help the team total out.
Yeah.
Dawn splits that one up for a chop.
Yeah, got the chop out of it.
Her reaction, I couldn't tell she left the corner. I was like, oh, God.
She locked up the point, though, with that, right?
She did,
Even if Tracy bangs out, that's still a win.
It's 265 max for Tracy. Sorry, give me 2 seconds, guys.
No worries.
Take it. That's a big spare right there.
Yeah, that's
It's a tough frame for Tracy.
not ideal.
No. I swear that hole looks so much bigger the second time around after a miss.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so Don got all those points back that Cello had gained for the team. So we're at 11-24 to 11-26.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, big strike by Dallas.
That was big.
Sorry, is that a 3 miss in the 10th frame?
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting. Well, Kevin's there to cover it up.
Yeah. Those work on the doubles. It was so close, obviously, going to the last bowlers, but those doubles mean so much. Yeah.
I feel like that shot Kevin just threw too. It's like that just goes down to a lot to do with his experience. Like he's probably thrown that shot how many times, right?
Absolutely. Also, what's six pack?
Yeah, 6 now 7.
With 007? I'm not. I don't have DB's list of.
Yeah, I don't have all the terms either.
007.
James Bond, something like that. So Kevin's going to take that point there too. So we've got, what's that now? 2 for Toppler, 3 for Toppler.
Yeah.
With that team total, they pretty much secured.
Yeah, that is a big snowman for Kevin. So Wisty strikes out for 242.
Yeah.
Which means Daryl needs something on the middle.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
So 7-1 Toppler.
Wow.
7-2. Or sorry, 6-2 because we got the leadoff was a win, right?
Oh yeah, and then Don. Yeah.
And Don, yeah. 6-2.
That's right. Another one for fun. Why not, hey?
I think overall for Minto, they didn't have a bad day. I think they'll just look to take that next step, right? Like they played okay, but they didn't play great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They got caught on the wrong side of matches as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that 1300, that's just a rough go.
Yeah. One more Yahtzee in there in case we wanted to get one on time today.
There you go.
All right. So wrapping up, we got 1306 to a 1204.
Great playing by Toppler. Minto obviously battled their way through, but not the success they wanted to see, but they still stole some points out of it, and those points are huge coming down to the end of the season here. So
for sure.
With that being said, let's bring in our managers and wrap up this this session. So from Minto Maniacs, we got Sean Dino, and it looks like this time we do have Stacy Weber from the Toppler Roses.
I'm trying.
You're in.
Hey!
Welcome.
We just had to try everybody else's phones.
Yeah. So it might be time to invest in a new phone, Stacy, is what you're saying, or what?
I just got a new one. I don't know.
Weird.
Yell my important interview over here.
Stacy, obviously, we'll start with the Toppler Roses. Not the best match you had last time, but a 6-2 win against the Minto Maniacs. How's the team feeling? And after those two matches,
first match today was tough. I mean, pins fall good there. Like it was. What do you do? We're playing at Toppler. It's a little bit more difficult here. This match was probably a coaching nightmare because Jeff and I are looking, okay, this is what we're going to do. And then, Parker's staying alive, Pam's staying alive, Kevin finishes to stay alive. So here's what it is. Glad we won, but good.
Yeah. Good problems to have, though, your players staying alive.
Yeah.
Sean, obviously, the Minto Maniacs, 2 losses to start the season, but you pulled out 4 points out of losses. So that's huge. You didn't get swept. You didn't get rolled over too bad. How is the team feeling? And we know it's rough. You guys had a few single pin misses there that really, I think, cost your team. But
yeah, we weren't the strongest on spares by any means. We prefer 5-3 losses compared to 6-2 for the record. But I'll take 2 pins or 2 points out of the 8, I guess. Kind of got robbed quite a bit on the middle hits, a lot of lefts, chops that typically would have fallen. We weren't on our ideal set of lanes that we wanted to be on. There's 6 lanes here that are 10-pin conversion lanes, and they fall a little more graceful. But for a debut, we're not the rock and rollers, but I'll take 4 points better than 0 points.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, like watching the matches, you guys had just shy of a 1300, just over a 1200 for this one. So it's not like you guys played absolutely abysmal. You played really solid, and it's just the way the matchups happened. And what can you do when Kevin Holdsworth and Daryl Wood shoot 300s at the bottom and hold you guys out, right? So
yeah. 2 Yahtzees thrown at us, so do what you can. And what Stacy was saying, there was some really close matches where you debated taking somebody and all of a sudden they get the black mark and you can't really pull them out of it. And there were some really close calls. And I think it was like the 9th frame, I already regretted not pulling some people. And I was like, maybe I should have, but you can't predict, right? So you roll with it and you hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. So any final thoughts before we let you two go? Stacy, are your team going to go celebrate after, or what's going on?
Probably go watch football at the pub, I would think. Or somebody's going to drive Michaela home, so we'll probably make Cello do that, and we'll probably head to the pub. I would say.
There's no bowlers watch NFL football. I don't know what you're talking about. That's just a boring sport.
Yeah, I don't know. Or we'll see where a couple of the Carnage guys went out too, so we might go meet up with them.
Right. Yeah. Calgary Carnage was playing today as well in Toppler.
Yeah. Also complaining about scores.
Dang, Toppler. Fix your pinfall.
Call David.
Sean, obviously, can't wait to see you guys back out on the lanes and watch PA really show us who they are. So We did see
Yeah.
you guys had Lonnie or Michael Wist had a 3-pin spare. Isn't that a PA special? What's a Saskatoon player
That is,
doing?
I heard Sheldon make the comment that we were definitely like inducting him into the PA tribe when he got that. So he missed the first one. I was like, you can tell this guy's from Saskatoon. And then he gets the second one. We were a little bit happier about that. So he's getting used to the lanes and what kind of pinfall you have to do here to actually be successful.
Well, awesome. Thanks again, Stacy. Thanks again, Sean. You guys have a great day, and
Guys.
thank you very much.
Great
Thanks,
job,
guys,
guys.
and thanks for commentating, Tyler, Sheldon, Carrie. I'm looking really forward to listening to the match back over and
Oh
really
God,
seeing where
don't
we
mute
messed up
it.
the most.
Mute it while you're
Don't do it.
while you're watching.
Okay, thanks again, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, I can't thank you guys enough for spending the 2.5 hours with me and commentating all this stuff. But Ty, obviously you got to get out of your room there for right away. Thanks again for joining us, and Sheldon, thanks again for giving us the insight into the PA team and commentating with us for the whole 3 matches.
Absolutely, Carrie. I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, of course. Once again, next weekend on Sunday, we have both divisions going again, and can't wait to see you all out there again. All right, have a great week, guys.
As a bowler.
Right on. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Whoa. Hmm.